Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Oh, so glad we started with that.
Cool, they can hear us. We are good to go. Welcome back
So
to Fateful Encounters. I did not doubt you. I do it every time.
I absolutely did.
If you were here for my Wednesday stream, you realized that I talked for a few minutes without anybody hearing me. So I've learned as well. Hey guys, welcome. I'm Jen. As always, I am joined by our friends Sumner.
Woo! That's me.
Dylan.
Who do you play?
Hey, that's me.
Ashley.
What up? Girl
Zach.
Baskets killed her husband.
I think I'm pointing there. Right?
Hello.
And
Oh
Joe.
shit, we have a hype train, guys.
Guys, we have a hype train happening.
Oh,
Thank you guys so much for the
what?
subs. Before we even started, we had two subs from Brian F09 and Empire Concepts. Thank you guys so much. We love you. That is so awesome.
Thank you.
It's so sweet. I can't even handle it in my brain. All right, so
Join our Discord. Our emotes are there as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So before we get into everything today, we have an amazing announcement that we've made. But 8 weeks ago, we started streaming for you guys. And last week, we were invited to be Twitch affiliate.
Woo!
We were showered with all your love last week with 15 subs, and we already have our second emote slot given. Mookie here with the 100 bits. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
That is so awesome. All right, and so today we're celebrating our achievement by showering you guys with giveaways. We have 10 sets of dice, 2 D&D starter kits, 6 custom wooden boxes made by Dylan, and 6 cool 3D printed boxes to be made by Zach. I don't know if they're made yet.
They're not made.
All right, they will be made.
Still
They'll be
working on
freshly made.
They will be freshly printed.
it. Fresh off the presses.
Let's talk about the benefits of being a sub.
Bam! Look at these.
Number one best thing about being a subscriber is unlocking emotes, supporting people that you're watching. These emotes were made by a fellow streamer, Wasabi Donut. They're so beautiful. Wasabi is so talented. He's officially going to make all of our emotes for us ever. I hope he's here. He probably will show up at some point, and we got to shower him with his emotes that he made us because they're unlocked and able to be used.
Yay!
He's the bee's knees. He streams all sorts of art, but also he streams like Final Fantasy, weeb stuff. He's great. We love him. And I'm sure you guys would actually really enjoy his content as well. So,
I'm killing
Wasabi.nut. Thank you, Apple Bikini. The second thing about subscribing is that you get that all the support that you give our channel is going directly to the ability to provide you guys with more content. So that being said, we have sub goals laid out for each of our goals. I was struggling on some don't know. Last week. The large, huge room.
I don't know. I think my favorite.
All right, let's pull that
Discord
first
emote
one.
Is absolutely Mr. Krabs.
You're the floorboard.
They're here under the floorboards.
Oh,
Hoping that
you
all
know
the
what I'm
cameras
not
are right.
logged into?
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera's correct. Am I Rav?
You
I
don't
can
want to
play
be
Rav.
me. No, you don't.
I punch it.
I punch it.
Cord.
Put rattle in the papoose.
She's
You
like, I
never
live
know.
with tremendous guilt.
I don't think I even have friends on my actual Twitch.
I thought you were just gonna leave it like I don't have
I
actual
don't have any friends. Five can go.
They're all right here.
Just
I
turn your head
consider
slightly.
you. I don't have
Got
friends.
it.
I don't consider you 5 my friends. I consider you 5 my loose acquaintances at best.
My
So,
work
no friends.
proximity associate.
Work
I'm Joe's friend.
Well, that's going in the diary.
Whoa.
All right, all you cool cats and kittens.
All right.
Time to kill some husbands and feed them to tigers.
Let's
Time to
feed him
kill
the tigers.
husbands.
All right, so I'm going to do the recap today because you guys just leveled up last game.
Woo!
So if you'll go around, tell us what you added for level 3 and what you're excited about. We'll start on the bottom with Zach.
Oh boy.
But now we hear.
Oh boy.
So, what's it called again? The archetype. That's it. I chose Swashbuckler because it's so much fun. And you get fancy footwork, which means if I attack someone, they can't make an opportunity attack to me for the rest of my turn. I also get to add my charisma modifier to my initiative rolls now. And I get advantage, or no, I don't need advantage on attack rolls to use sneak attack anymore. I can just use it. And as long as I'm 1v1ing someone.
Oh, okay.
You're a better dancer now, too. All right. Joe.
So if you guys were paying attention, you might have gotten little hints that Rattle was going Horizon Walker. So what that means is he's now a ranger that kind of pulls double duty in our plane kind of.
Sorry, I'm pausing you. Alvaron RPG just gifted 5 subs.
Gosh.
Thank you so much.
Got a sub!
That is so dope.
Fancy Narwhal 88, Altair Wolf, Death Wolf, and Scattered Rollers, and Kyle's LOL.
Damn.
Let's spam those emotes. Thank you so much, Alvaron.
This really feels like a party.
We're partying.
What a party.
You are having
I had more
fun.
sound effects, but I did
But
not.
also, Alvaron RPG streams D&D on Fridays.
I'll give you a pulse.
We do host them, but I ultimately want to push you over there too because they're great. So, Joe, continue. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, so Rattle is going to be pulling double duty as far as planes go. He's going to be hanging out on the material plane and also phasing in and out of existence as we all know it.
Oh, you poor boy.
Poor scared Rattle. But what that means functionally is he gets a Horizon Walker magic spell, which is protection from evil and good.
Nice.
Also, once per, I believe it's short rest, I can detect portals. Once per short rest as an action, I can detect the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within a mile.
You can what?
Yeah.
Like the whole concept of my game and my world, you can just do.
Yes, do it.
That's actually great.
And then
Happy
I
for you.
also get a little damage buff for Planar Warrior. As a bonus action, I can pick an enemy and do an extra D8 force damage to them and make all of my existing damage before the D8 force damage as well, which is good because it overcomes a lot of resistances.
Yeah.
The great
And
thing about that too is that Joe has to communicate that. So
Yes.
It's true.
I thought about that because I realized I had done it wrong the last time and was just giving myself D8s. But we won't make that mistake again this time.
nah, never. Don't be too hasty giving yourself the D. Now, Jen, who's next?
Sumner.
What? What? You opened it up. I walked through. Whose
No,
fault is that?
you're next to me. We're
Okay.
going this way.
So Galvin, son of Rohan, and hand to Lathander.
I'm not that
Our favorite Eric Cochran, Tempest Cleric. He actually got the best thing a Tempest Cleric can have, in my opinion, besides Channel Divinity, which is Wrath of the Storm. So when someone attacks me, I can use my reaction to inflict 2d8s worth of lightning damage to them if they succeed on their dex saving throw or half damage, whatever. But I can do it the amount of times as my wisdom modifier, which is 3. So I can do it 3 times every long rest. So that makes me... The DM wants to hit me less, which is typically... Or I do a lot more damage, because they rarely use my reaction anyway. So it's one of my favorite things about the Tempest, and you get it really
so you don't have
early
it for
on.
later.
Cool, that's me.
All right. We are at Dillon.
Hey, so your favorite sea elf here took his
What up,
third level
demons?
of paladin. What up, demons? It's me, it's your boy. At third level paladin, I got to pick my sacred oath. And Kuros' sacred oath is the oath of the hero from Unearthed Arcana, which will be getting official in the... I forget what the book is called, but Wizards is publishing a
Something Odyssey of
something. Yeah, it's a Greek mythology themed book, and Oath of the Hero is in there. With Oath of the Hero, I also got, first off, baseline paladin, immune to diseases. So
Mythic
none of that
Decius
at
of
all.
Theros.
Period. End of
Fuck
the
off,
sentence.
lycanthropy.
Yeah, right? What? Anyway.
Just slap the werewolf out of someone.
Wow. That's a skill.
I also got another spell slot, so another chamber in my revolver of
Mythic Odysseys of Theros.
Theros, yeah. But the Sacred Oath gives you some oath spells, which I got Expeditious Retreat and Guiding Bolt. But those won't be used because gotta use those bullets for Divine Smite, right? Rounds in the chamber.
Do you even have a choice?
And then I got Channel Divinity, which my two options I can do once per short rest. One option is Peerless Athlete, which gives me advantage on all athletics and acrobatics checks for 10 minutes. The other one is Legendary Strike, which causes me to get a critical hit on the 19 or 20 for 1 minute. So Kuros is going to be fishing for those crits, as all paladins should.
As all paladins can.
Should.
And I have sparky fingers.
Watch out for those zappy fingers. He's got them sparkles. Now, I just want to quote the master at everything Galvin says now.
Oh my god.
All right. That brings us to Ashley Lily.
That's not my name. Okay.
Rav.
Who am I? I bet all of you can guess what I picked. I'm gonna tell you.
But I'll tell you.
But I'll tell you, I picked Way of the Drunken Master, which means I'm gonna dumb this down real easy. I can catch missiles in my hands, which means any ranged attack thrown at me, I can catch it, and then I can spend a key point and throw it back.
Nice.
Built-in gloves of missile snaring. That's so dope.
I can also spend a key point to disengage and move up to 50 feet away from somebody. To yeet myself away from them.
To yeet myself. I can self-eat.
I can self-eat. I also have a brewer's kit, and I can make alcohol now, so I don't need nobody for my addiction.
It takes time, though. That's such a... Man, the toolkits are so interesting, because, there's so many of them, but, how do you use most of them? Like, a brewing kit, that's so specific.
We're just out in this jungle, and I'm just gonna bust it out and be like, all right.
When one needs a frothy, tepid drink, you know where to go.
Drink.
Me
in about 5 to 6 months, depending on the temperature.
Yeah, the yeast has got to do its thing.
My yeast is rising.
That's awful. Don't ever say that again.
What? No, it's from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Come on.
Now. No.
Okay. Don't turn me into something I'm not.
If any of chat wants to support the players during our adventure by casting guidance, giving advantage, inspiration, check out the guild information. It's at the very top of her description. But also, on that note, I have all of our stuff up, so hopefully it won't happen this time. But Rav was given guidance last game, and I skipped it. So
what
Rav,
the fuck?
On accident. Princess Sparkle's Fist granted guidance to Ravalana, and you get to use that on your next roll for anything.
Cool.
All right.
Guidance for making alcohol.
So guidance, is that advantage?
Guidance is a D4 added to your roll.
Okay. D4 added to... Oh, okay. So it's like... How is that different?
It's like helping, basically.
I always get guidance and help mixed up.
I always get guidance and bless mixed up. What's bless? Is that...
Dylan, you are
Dylan,
very
you're
low.
super low. Turbo Ranger, thank you so much for subscribing. Enjoying your emotes.
Oh, attack or saving. Okay. Bless is attack or saving. Okay.
Spamming those emotes. Thank you so much, Turbo Ranger. You're awesome for that sub. All right.
Thank you, Turbo.
I think
Dylan, say something.
Turbo
I'm saying
Ranger.
something now.
Up, sound better.
Okay.
Much better.
Cool.
Much better.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Shift into Turbo.
As you can, audio issues are my expertise. So if you need help,
yeah, if there's ever any
Galvin,
audio
son of a Rohan.
End of the thunder.
brother of a great DJ.
In general, if there's ever any audio stuff, if you at Tummy Numner in the chat, he will see it and hopefully get on that quietly. But if you can't hear any of us, please shout, scream. If we probably can't hear you either. But all right, I think we can finally get into it.
Absolutely. I'm down to clown.
We had a lot to cover. We're good.
We did have a lot to cover. We're ready. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're affiliate. Enjoy those emotes. All right. Last we saw our adventurers. The group located the weapons of their imprisoned allies. The first search party that left Eulatorf to find the doppelganger 2 months ago. The group worked tirelessly to unlock the door, jamming it, breaking it, about to give up. The search party was freed. Galvin provided them Merkel cultist clothing, but told them to stay behind, which they did. The group made their way through the rest of the followers' den, seeing a large black dragon in the abyss of the plane's eternal sky, and getting stuck in the puzzle room that led to a feeding hall for a large planefish that lurked under the floors of the followers' den. With Chains finding the lever in the room that opened the gate that Galvin painfully squeezed out of, the group just barely made it, with Chains almost meeting the planefish himself. The group felt lost, confused, and over it with the maze that they were in. Pressing forward, Rattle sensed that there were 4 crystals on the plane that were not broken, and the group started their search. But all too soon, they were surrounded and caught by Brash and his cultist crew, cornered in a hallway. Brash and the cultists brought along the allies that the group left behind, more bloodied, and pushed down a narrow hallway to meet Cornelia, the witch who stole the doppelganger to fuel her grand plans to steal Merkel's power. As the group was pressed into the room, they were surrounded by cultists, singing the hymn of Merkel, which got louder as a portal to the plane was formed, and out came Cornelia herself in the flesh. A tiefling woman who summoned the dragon flying in the plane to land, subsequently banishing the search party from the plane as it crumbled around them, all too powerfully. The group awoke, separately in a deep jungle. Ravellana, Kuros, and Galvin, with their dragon friend, and Mavris, woke up on the outskirts of an island with seemingly endless waters on one side and a thick forest to the other. Rattle and Chains were aggressively woken up by a group of tabaxi with intricate piercings and more than interesting familiarization of Chains. Chains gets up, recognizes the larger, more suited tabaxi as one of the head of his tribe that he was ripped from as a child. We are back with our companions today in Nueva Esperanza. Chains is home. Chains wakes up with Rattle. Let's move you guys on over. Chains wakes up, Rattle, and the group of 5 tabaxi stand and face you. Chains asked if they had seen more people, and they said no. They only came because of the fire. As you look around you in every direction within 30 feet, is crispy trees and small lingering smoke in the air. Crispy trees.
Sorry, that got me.
What is a crispy
That's
tree?
usually how I
That
describe.
was
That's usually how I describe McDonald's Sprite, but.
One of the tabaxi gets up, or he speaks up. He says, "How did you get here?"
Well, we were trapped in this plane with the followers of Merkel. I do not know if you know who they are, but they have taken the doppelganger.
Rattle spits at the ground
There is no Merkel here, only the material plane's savagery.
Well, we need to find the rest of our party. We have a mission we must take care of now.
And where are they?
We are not sure. We have seemed to be separated.
Separated.
Did you say you were on another plane?
Yes.
And he looks and kind of strokes his fur. And he looks to the others and they kind of do chattering like cats do when they're looking at birds. And he looks back and says, "That is centaur magic.
Being raided.
Hey, we're being raided.
We're being raided. Scattered rollers with 12.
Scattered rollers.
Welcome raiders. Welcome raiders.
Welcome,
Thank you
welcome,
so much
welcome.
for the views. I don't know. That's a song.
Hey.
That was so
Hey,
bad.
all you cool cats and
we
kittens,
are-
welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome, guys. We just started. Thank you so much for the raid. That's so sweet. We got a nat 20 for that raid. Blank, 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 blank. All right.
You need to put that sound on your soundboard somewhere.
It's actually on here. Y'all
It
can't
is on
hear
this.
it.
We can't hear
Yeah.
it. Stream
Oh.
can hear it.
We'll figure that
I'm
out
just-
later.
I'll just
Audio's my
pretend.
expertise.
We want the satisfaction too.
That's fair. Hey, give us the thing again. We're gonna do another one.
Another raid. 13. Woo! All right. I don't know why I said it twice. But thank you. Welcome, everyone. That is so awesome. I appreciate you guys. Nat 20s in the chat.
Oh,
Thank you,
emo.
Scattered Rollers.
What a-
All the emotes. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We just started. So,
Great
Chains and Rattle speaking to one of the tabaxi that woke them up from their slumber. He said, a demiplane. He turns to the other tabaxi. They kind of chatter at each other. He turns to Chains and Rattle and he says, that is centaur magic. Come, we must take you to safety at civilization.
And Rattle is going to kind of speak up and be like, what about our friends?
Your friends, if they're found, they will be brought to civilization, like all unnaturals.
And he wants to kind of look at Chains and kind of see how he's gauging the situation, kind of like make that eye contact. And
And Chains, if you want to roll history, you can, but whatever you want to do.
It's your game. You do what you want.
It's your world.
It's 7, so probably not much history going on here.
Well, you do have vague memories of this place. You recognize one of the people in the group standing in front of you, and when the word civilization enters your ears, you do remember that that is the name of your, settlement.
Okay. So when Rattle looks for my eye contact, I make eye contact and I kind of just give him a nod. Like, it's fine. We'll see where this goes.
Rattle gives you the little like covert nod back, like, all right.
So another tabaxi stands in front of you prior to maybe the other guys so you can see their
Look
name.
at him.
Another tabaxi stands in front of you and he bows and he says, we are the Reflecting Grotto clan. We are in the Echoing Forest clan territory. We must get a move on quickly.
The what clan?
We are the Reflecting Grotto clan.
Grotto. Okay, that was the word I missed.
Yes. And we're in the Echoing Forest clan territory. We must get a move on quickly. And he kind of just starts walking at a brisk pace in front of the group. And
Time to
then,
go.
was there anything you guys wanted to do in this small area before leaving?
I guess all we see is you said the area was basically like, it looked like it caught fire and then immediately went out, right?
Yeah, it looks like, yes.
Okay. So I'm not seeing anything that looks suspicious or out of place.
Yes.
Perfect.
You are
Then
not.
we are going to
Everything
follow
looks
this guy who
great.
has abruptly turned and walked away quickly, and we're both kind of just like, all right. You know.
All right. So Chains and Rattle begin to walk along with the Reflecting Grotto clan. Over on the outskirts of the island.
Crossfade 2.
Exactly.
My
we
boy.
find ourselves with the rest of the group.
My boy.
Galvin, Kuros, Ravellana, with a small red dragon, and our good Blink doggo friend Mavris.
Mavris.
Mavris had woken you guys up, and you find yourself in a thick jungle. This is a forest, a thick jungle, and over to your
How many
right.
C's in that thick?
Like 2.
Like
Okay, so pretty thick.
2 C's.
Yeah.
The minimum
All right, a
amount.
thick jungle. Over to your right, you see a beach. And then Galvin had flown over the trees to see that they were on an island. And
I think
Galvin...
we mocked him for flying. Me and Kuros were just
Yeah,
like,
we're super rude about it. For
I'm
like
Galvin.
no
I can
reason.
fly.
And Galvin had seen almost endless looking waters, and in the other direction, many, many trees, and a sort of break in the trees at the other end of the island where it seems that a lot of paths in the trees seem to be naturally going towards. Galvin lands on the floor, the group is there, the baby dragon stands next to Kuros, and Mavris walks up to Rav and drops a stick.
all right, play fetch with the dog.
So you throw the stick, and he goes and brings it back. And as he puts it back into your hand, you notice that it has small feathers tied on leather straps at the end of the stick.
I hold it up and I'm like, I guess I shouldn't have thrown this.
Is it the same stick you threw?
Yeah.
Is this?
You went and got it.
I look it up. I pick it up and I want to inspect it and see if it's an arrow.
Okay.
Like a fletched arrow.
Yeah, roll for investigation.
Roll
for arrow?
one. I've never seen an arrow in my life.
You've seen an arrow, but not a stick with this particular.
Okay.
Makes
This
sense.
is not very aerodynamic.
I take it back from him since he rudely just took it out of my hands. And I turn to Kuros and I go, hey, do you want to take a peek at this? This is weird.
Well, what-
This one doesn't
What
know
is
shit.
this? A stick, right? You just
With
have a stick. there.
feathers.
With feathers. Oh,
Yeah.
let me see.
And I like rattle it at you and then hand it off.
I look up. I'm speechlessly appalled at the disrespect at the son of Rohan and hand to Lathander. You dare speak to me? Continue, Rohan.
Oh, Rohan, Hand of the Thunder. Oh yeah, we get it. You're Hand of the Thunder. All right, Kevin,
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah, Son of Rohan.
Son of Rohan. Just,
I go looking in the other direction spitefully.
I as I come up to take the stick and I pass Galvin, I give him a playful little like elbow into the arm, like
But you elbow him too hard.
my boy. What kind of roll am I doing for this stick? Stick roll?
Stick roll.
Stick roll.
Roll for
Sticky.
stick.
Whatever you roll, just stick with it.
So
Hey.
Galvin begins to walk off, and he begins to see in the kind of muddy, grassy floor. You begin to see small footprints.
Who sees
gonna-
this? Kuro?
Galvin, because
Galvin.
you walked
Oh,
off.
It's me. What would I do for that? Survival or nature to guess like the
Nature.
size or species?
Nature.
Nature's good.
yourself.
Nature yourself.
Okay. Okay. I was half expecting to see another one. Nature. So 11.
Okay. So the footprints appear to be unfamiliar to you personally, but they're small and wide and webbed with 4 long toes, not larger than your hand.
Interesting. Relating this to a Kenku, since I know Kenku very personally, is this a Kenku
No.
footprint? Okay. Okay, then I don't know.
What are you looking at, Galvin?
Yeah, I'm preoccupied with this stick that I don't know what I'm rolling for.
Yeah, roll for the stick real quick. If you haven't already.
I don't know what I'm rolling. I rolled the die. It's a 17 on the die. But
Oh,
what am I-
investigation of the stick?
Oh, okay, investigation.
Investigation of the stick. It's
Just
investigation.
staring at
Yeah, yeah.
16 because that's a -1.
Oh boy.
I mean,
All
I
right,
still
so-
roll high.
You
Still pretty
do
good.
see that it does appear to be broken, and it could be whittled into what would look like an arrow.
I think it's
gee
an arrow.
whiz. Boy,
An arrow.
golly. Wow, what an investigation there, Kuros. Anyway, so I look up and
I'm sorry. Did you know it was an arrow there, Galvin? Could you figure that out?
no, the person playing me did though. So Galvin.
Ready, set, roll. Thank you so
Hey,
much
ready,
for
set,
the
roll.
subscription.
Yay!
Spamming those emotes. You're
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you.
Back to
Ding.
berating Galvin.
Yes.
We are needlessly rude to each other. Can we as players have a truce? Is that
No.
a thing?
No.
Rav, okay, you're not in. Dylan, are you in?
Kuros has never actually thought ill of Galvin and has just given him a hard time the way a good friend would.
I see. Okay, so that's a no from you also. So I'm looking down
absolutely.
I'm looking down at the footprints, and I look up and I say, "Looks like there's some footprints here. Would anyone recognize these?"
I want to
look
go
down.
over and
Yeah,
and
I
look.
also will head over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're looking at him, roll nature.
Oh boy, I got a 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Size.
Those are footprints.
7. Do they look familiar?
As
Well,
a
you're water
collective
creature
group.
and they're webbed, so maybe.
Yeah, with
That's
advantage.
why I was like-
Kuros.
Oh, advantage? Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's an 8. So I got one better.
As a collective group, you guys don't recognize this species, but you do see that it kind of makes a natural lead down the main path going into the jungle.
Do these come?
I look at both
ahead.
of you and I go, "There's nothing that could go wrong in following these."
Well, it's
Well,
the
I mean,
only
there's
lead
plenty
we
that
have.
could go wrong, but I
Oh,
think
I
it's
know.
our best opportunity. Oh, I'm following you now. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I see if these footprints go from the water, or are they
Sure.
going to the water?
Sure.
From the water.
Perception, I guess, or investigation.
Yeah, perception would be fine.
Perception. Nat 20.
All right.
Hey.
So you follow it all the way from the water.
Okay.
So it's coming in from the water.
From the water. Okay. And I start walking towards the water, and I look to Kuros. How long can you hold your breath?
Well, I don't hold my breath. I just breathe the water.
Me
Ah,
too.
great.
I also breathe water because I'm a water genasi, Galvin.
Well, fantastic. So, since both of you made fun of me for scouting the air, why don't you guys scout the water?
We never made fun of you for scouting the air.
What are
you talking about?
I vaguely remember you making
We have
fun
never
of me.
made fun of you.
I
behind
should
your
have
back
split you
ever.
guys up.
Look, what does it say?
No,
about
no, Gavin. I get what you're saying, and
feathers of
I
a bird
agree.
flock
It's a good
together? What is
idea.
it? Ugh,
It's a good idea. I agree with you. I pat him on the shoulder and like walk towards the water.
peace.
I kind of like lean over to Galvin and go, "Betty can walk on it."
I walk on the water, and then I plunge my head beneath it.
All right.
Your legs like sticking up.
I'm assuming that sea elves can see underwater, correct? Like if you just plunge your head, like is it like opening your eyes in a pool, or is
Normal
it like?
people can see underwater.
But it's like opening your eyes in a pool, like where
Yeah.
it's like
I-
really
ooh,
fuzzy.
that's a
Okay.
good question.
It doesn't specify. I
don't
can
think it's
breathe
specified.
underwater, and my vision
Let's
is.
say you're fine. You plunge your head into the water, and it's basically like snorkeling. You see about 10 feet in front of you.
It's got
Pretty-
those crocodile eyelids that
Oh
slide.
God, you like
10
Ah.
feet?
Yeah, they can see really far.
How murky is this water?
It's pretty oceany, like it's Galveston.
oh ew.
Oh.
like
Oh.
5 feet.
bad.
I was like,
Plunged his head
Good.
into some brown water.
Oh
like-
no.
I'm now a
Yikes is
certified
right.
diver. I've
Get your
done several
head out of
dives. You can see pretty far underwater, but not in Galveston. Got
God,
it.
So you look into the water and you kind of see like a dome. It's very short and it's very hollow. You can see the back of it, and it kind of just you see like the footprints in the water leading out of the water.
I pull my head out of the water and say, give me like 5 minutes. There might be something here. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. And I dive into the water.
I'm kicking the water, just
Okay.
splashing in it.
So you dive into the water and you see several more little domes.
I'm
Nothing's in
going
it.
to investigate one of these domes.
Okay, roll for investigation.
I turn to Galvin. I'm like, this
17.
water is dirty.
So
Yeah, that stuff look gross.
as you touch the inside, get close, investigate, you begin to feel your hands tingling, but it seems to be washing off with the ocean around you. So the water seems to be stopping you or stopping something from happening to you.
I look to Rav.
Do these look like homes?
Yes.
Homes?
Homes.
Oh.
Yes,
All right,
Galvin.
I'm gonna head out of the water. All right.
He just stretches it.
I really hope his
Um,
feet are squishing.
I'm swimming in the water and then I hit the beach and I keep swimming a little bit far. I'm just kidding.
And then you stand
You
up all the
crawl
way.
your way.
I come out of the water. Well, whatever these footprints are coming from, they seem to be living in little hovels not far beneath the surface over here. And we should probably be careful. I think they might be using some sort of toxin or poison or something.
Interesting.
Is your hand all gross?
Fascinating.
Well, I touched some of their... I investigated their homes, and my hand started tingling, but it felt like it was getting washed away by the ocean. So not an ocean. It might be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, let's not mess with that.
Murky water always has something to hide. I'd say we
As
advance.
you guys continue to investigate decide to advance.
That's a saying from my hometown. I didn't know you were aware of that.
You know what they say? Don't go chasing waterfalls, right?
You should stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. That's another one
Oh,
from
you've
my
heard that
hometown.
one too.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
No, have you guys been reading my book of my culture's book?
I have actually. I've been stealing it in your sleep.
Are you liking it? Is it entertaining?
It's real good.
Eh.
No scrubs.
Eh.
I like the
Calvin,
part where they
I
don't
thought
want
we were
any
having a moment
scrubs.
here, but here you
so
are.
we're done. We're done
Here
with that.
you
bit.
are.
We're done with that. I haven't been stealing your book.
Well, why not?
Because Galvin is not like that. He would just take it.
Forever.
So,
This is mine
I
now.
moved the group to simulate moving across the map. So, you guys have continued your path. Was there anything that you guys wanted to do while traveling? Like foraging or anything like that? Hunting?
Are you talking rattle and chains here?
Yes.
God, that's
I'll
a
have the
great
best
duo
name.
name. What a great. That's unplayed,
Rattle and
by the way.
chains.
Rattle and chain.
We made that joke last time.
Are
by the
you
way,
a
but-
country band?
I saw Tiger.
I was about to say, you're gonna sing about tigers?
But along the way, Rattle is really suspicious of this situation. He knows that like Chains kind of has a handle on it and familiar with this, but he heard those cats kind of chirping at him a little bit, so he's keeping a good distance back and just kind of he wants to just observe body language and try to stay, aware.
Roll for insight
Okay.
while you're hanging back.
Insight.
What
I got it.
languages do you know, Chains, while Rattle's rolling?
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Common,
roll?
Elvish, and thieves can't.
Okay. Rattle.
I got an 8.
Okay. So, being generally unfamiliar with Tabaxi, because the only few that you've met in your life were kind of associated with Chains, you're not sure if their body language is associated with aggression, but like as they laugh and show their teeth in a very like savage way, you're feeling like they're being aggressive, but also seeing Chains being fine, you're like, So
Also, you're a bird. So I would
Yes.
imagine he's very uncomfortable.
So Rattle is just gonna not be like glued, like attached, but he's definitely like really close to Chains.
Put him in a papoose. It makes him feel safe.
Carrying Rattle on my back.
No, he doesn't want his legs bound right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to run.
Was there anything that you guys wanted to talk to the group about while you're walking, chatting, chilling?
Nothing springs to mind for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're just kind of moving to the next point
Yeah,
to see
so
what
you've
more
been
information we
traveling.
can find.
Yeah, you've been traveling for about 2 hours. They do stop to eat, so you guys enjoy a nice lunch.
Apparently, Rattle needs a thunder shirt.
Blankets, the
would be
comforting
helpful.
weighted blankets.
So back over on the bickering island.
What do you mean this water's not murky? Anyway, continue.
I'm sorry, did you plunge your head into the water? I would.
I'd start picking like used needles out of Kuros's hair.
I yield.
No.
All right, so as you guys continue forward, you see kind of the footprints that are leading down that main path. They take like an abrupt jut to the right.
Interesting. Okay.
Do you want to follow
I
those?
turn back and call for my dragon, who I have named Glaurung. Glaurung, come on!
Roll
Is it-
animal
Is
handling.
it answer
Come on, you can do it.
That's what I was like, roll animal handling.
16? Sorry, 15. It's 16 minus 1.
He comes.
Yay!
Reluctantly, like, I don't know who that is, but I know you're
Yeah,
talking
he's like,
about me.
Is that my name?
Now.
So the footprints
Take a
go to
sharp
the right,
right.
but the trail itself continues forward. Correct.
Correct.
Well, I'm inclined to go towards civilization, to anyone that could possibly communicate, and if these things have homes, like you suggest, Kuros, they may be able to communicate with us. Thoughts?
Or they're savage jungle people, but I'm down for
That is
either.
also my thought. I'm about 2080 on the subject.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Well,
fine following them.
I would like to follow his footprints.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Well, Kuros, while you guys are kind of like discussing, Kuros looks up, and you see in the trees a little grung, looking down at you with a little wooden arrow and pointed at you. It begins to make clicking noises, and you hear rustling of trees coming from all around you.
I kind of put my hands up, and I fold my wings
Pulls his
compact.
bow back.
We come in peace. We do not know where we are. Can any of you speak?
They kind of start clicking.
I speak in Aquan.
I speak
to these
primordial.
Primordial. No. No. Bad.
Do you speak in Aquan?
So I speak in Aquan. I'm like, hello there. Sorry, my name is Kuros. We just, long story. We were following these footprints because we thought we might be able to find some help. Are these your footprints here?
And they look at you, and they don't utilize sentences that long, so they're kind of like, footprints?
Yeah, these are right here on the ground.
Mine?
Yes, yours. Are the? Have I ever encountered these things before?
No.
Okay.
That would be
Are
too-
these yours?
He's just like gesturing.
I mean, we're speaking the same language, but they're
Yeah.
like.
Bumblebee tuna.
And he sees your gestures, and he shoots an arrow at you.
Oh God.
14 hit.
Nope.
He misses, so it hits the floor next to you.
Oh, take it easy. Take it easy. Friends.
They kind of stare, and you hear him clicking in Aquan. And he's kind of just saying, unnaturals, 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 and you hear
No,
the
no.
rustling, like,
Friends.
of the...
Friends. Want friends. Want friends.
I'm just watching this, just baffled. Because I don't know what's going on.
I say he's like they think we're unnatural and they're
kinda-
on the defensive. Just
I-
stay calm,
Yeah.
Rav.
I
Stay
see.
calm.
I see
No
the
punches.
transaction that just kind of happened, and I kind of just whisper to Kuros, he was aiming at you. That was... I picked the arrow up out of the ground,
Galvin, don't do that.
and I offer it back to them.
Slowly, Galvin.
Slowly, as if to say,
Aye.
we know you just tried to kill us.
Roll for persuasion.
Please, D20 for the love of God. Son of a bitch.
Is my like saying want friends like helping him at all in this?
6, by the way.
He sees you holding the arrow up, and you feel you hear from a different direction a bow kind of stringing, and it shoots towards you. Does a 15 hit?
15 is my armor class. So
it hits.
yeah.
I whispered,
So you take
punch them yet?
4 damage as it goes through your arrow. goes through your arrow.
Should
goes
I
through your
offer them
shoulder.
alcohol?
And they all
Actually-
start clicking aggressively, and you hear
A little
more
bit, and a
rustling
little
in the
bit,
trees.
Okay.
I'm going to just continue to just say want friends, please friends.
Roll for persuasion.
Lost.
I need to know if please friends works.
I just see Kuros as the what are they called from the Dark Crystal?
I don't know.
Which
No
one?
help here.
15.
15?
Skik 6?
He puts his
Skeksis.
arrow down,
Skik.
and you hear clicking, and
Skeksis.
the rustling kind of dies down.
We lost. Don't
I'm gonna
know where
help
we
Galvin.
are. Can you help us?
Help unnatural?
Not unnatural.
Unnatural.
Have you looked
There
at
you are.
yourself?
Can I pull this arrow out of Galvin?
I already pulled it out.
Okay.
I'm just bleeding.
I want
So
to
he kind of like shimmies down the tree a little bit with his sticky feet, and he's halfway down a tree, but he's still.
I wanna like with my hands up, like slowly reach for my book and pull it out. Which,
He readies another arrow.
so. And I open it up, like slowly, and it's in like it's got like all of my people's history and their stories and all that stuff in Aquan because it's our cultural heritage essentially, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
Oh.
What if he can't read?
I know I just met you. This world means the book. This book means the world to me.
This world means the book to me.
This world means the book to me.
Why use more words when less words do trick?
Oh.
They see.
So he looks at the book and he kind of just slaps it out of your hand and he disappears into the tree.
That's about right.
So you use dash. He said, "Bitch."
All right, I'll pick it up and put it back in my.
You
where I
hear the
keep my book.
rustling of the trees kind of dissipating, but you see little eyes.
Galvin,
kinda
are you okay?
Poking out from the trees.
I've been better.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm gonna place my hand on Galvin's shoulder where I'm
And
guessing
as
where
you
the
do
arrow
that,
wound
you
was.
hear a "Don't waste your energy," and out comes a little turtle.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He says, "They are friendly." And he
Gee,
has a
what gave
triton
that
in his
away?
hand. He has a triton in his hand and it glows, and Galvin gains back his energy.
oh,
His wound closed.
I
Smarty
flick my own
idea.
blood off my hand.
No one makes me
Thank
bleed my
you
own blood.
for the intervention. And who might you be?
Tone, Galvin. We've talked about this.
I apologize for
Tone.
my friend. He's got an inflated sense of self-worth, you might say.
It's now the time, Kuros. As if to say, not now, my sweet, lovely wife.
As
And I look
Galvin
back to
says
the
that to
door.
Kuros, I put my finger up to his beak and go, shh. Shut up.
Fine.
Right.
Fine.
He says,
Jen, why
What?
you gotta pick all the hot art for your NPCs?
"That's a hot turtle?"
That's what chat was saying. There goes Jen again, picking hot art for all her NPCs.
I don't know about you, but
That's
it's
that
pretty hot
motherfucking like
turtle.
The turtle's thick
His-
as shit.
His wide apart nostrils do everything for his face.
I'm
Wow.
taking him
But
off.
what I
That turtle is
said was-
thicky.
So what I said was completely unreasonable, right? But what you just said, saying that turtle is thick with 2 C's. Okay, that's fine.
That's
you
not
carry
even
dialogue.
me. That was Kyle's
You carry
LOL.
dialogue. You're
Well, sometimes you
clearly
can't help
carrying
but
dialogue.
defensive, can
Please.
you?
He
It
said,
hurt.
"Please." He says, "I am Yizu." And he kind of like walks at a really slow pace, lifting one leg. It takes a full 10 seconds to put the leg back
is-
down.
It's gonna be a thing, isn't it?
He says, "What brings you to disturb the natural order?"
We are not here by choice, unfortunately. We were brought here by magical means.
I had felt that, which is why I'm here to collect
Collect what?
you for safety as an unnatural.
Well,
Oh, what are those frog people?
Those are the grung.
They're really adorable. I love them.
adorable.
Adorable is not the word I use.
I would have to agree with our turtle friend. Gripping my arrow wound that is healed.
I don't know. They were just scared. If you were
They
scared,
were-
wouldn't you defend
yeah,
yourself
they-
like that?
Have you
They've
ever been
never-
shot with an arrow? Now's not the time. Now's not the time. So I look back to the girl. I look back to the turtle. And I say, "Where are you? Where will you take us?"
Civilization, where all unnaturals are ultimately safe.
Ultimately is a word you may need to explain.
Unnaturals don't come here very often. And when they do, I forgot what I named them.
Grunge?
The Echoing Rainforest clan comes out.
Now, what are unnatural? I assume it's inhabitants of this. Who are
People
they?
not from this island, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming as well.
Calvin?
Unnatural is anything not an Animal Crossing. All right, anyway.
So this is the island of
I'm
Dr.
an
Moreau.
Aarakocra.
You are from the Azerox.
Ah, the Azerox. Of course, I should have known. Perfect. That's not what he sounds like, but cool.
No.
I'm just wondering if Galvin is having a mental breakdown.
I'm having a little bit of a mental break. Ever since he saw the first search party in the dungeon, like tortured.
You're not
at this
okay.
point, the idea of him being in over his head is starting to sink in, and he's starting to get a little defensive.
Okay,
But
I can get behind that.
just by the way,
Yeah.
So Yizu, he starts trudging his tiny little feet. He says, "We must make haste."
I kind of just
The two groups spent most of the day traveling with their guides. You both seem to be following naturally smushed paths in the grass and plants and mud. Half a day passes. Rattle and Chain's group had stopped to eat, so you're not feeling hungry. And was there anything that you guys wanted to do before?
Well, we could go into a little bit of dialogue here.
are we on the right map?
Yeah, get this hot.
So I'm
turtle off
assuming
the
we're
page.
sitting around a little campfire. Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
Sure. Great. Okay.
Hold on, let me move you.
So not Rattle, Josh.
That's not you.
Chains looks at
His nicknames.
at the leader and says, I vaguely remember there was a group of tabaxi who roamed these areas, and they were known to be cannibals. Do they
Yes.
still roam these areas?
The Echoing Rainforest clan.
Rattle looks at Chains like,
Cannibals.
he's like, you couldn't have mentioned this before.
He says, yes, the Echoing Rainforest clan. That's why we are making haste.
As we sit around a fire, that's great.
Like a beacon, just more.
Rattle wants to like hop over and start kicking the fire out.
Okay. And he says, he has the right idea. I guess you're right. We've been sitting too long.
Rattle's like under his breath, like he has the right idea. He's sitting too long.
He's so sassy.
Because he can repeat things with a different inflection. Like, I love it.
Amazing. So yeah, I guess we're making our on the move.
Okay. So at this point, you've been traveling for about 6 hours. The sun is beginning to fall into the lower quarter of the sky. Everything around you is cast with a beautiful red and orange tint. In the distance, the trees break way to a small settlement.
We'll see you guys in like 12 days.
We are embarking on very different adventures.
That's true. All right. Surprisingly put together with clay slabs that are shaped pretty well into walls. As you guys pass the boundaries of the trees, you're greeted by the rudimentary walls of civilization. Just on the outside of the walls is an intimidating-looking turtle who is suited up. Let me grab him. Bam.
You better
Oh,
not be
look
hot,
at
Jake.
him.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I want to be his friend.
You keep picking the hot NPCs, man. I can't. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it.
I mean, I
Tin,
would.
what takeout on
You know?
a date?
I feel like I can change him, you know?
I swipe right, you know?
Rawr.
It'd be a
All right.
project.
A project. A 55-year-old project or whatever.
That's what they called Joe Exotic too.
Oh no! Oh my god! We are so done. We're so done.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Sorry, back to D&D.
Thank you.
Current events.
Yeah.
Way to date our episodes.
Right.
He looks like a really
COVID-19.
awesome
there
snapping
we go.
turtle. I like him.
So you pass an intimidating-looking turtle who is suited up. He faces you as you walk by, but he steps aside as you walk through the city walls, the clay walls, with the group of tabaxi. Just on the inside of the walls, you see many different pallet houses and tents with very few adobe-looking homes and buildings. Civilization can't be more than like 200 feet to the other side, because as you walk in, you see the other side of it as well, and on all walls. And Chains has like a small rush of nostalgia as he smells the dusty air and hears the sounds of civilization. The leader of the group turns to you both and says, I can take you to the council to request aid in finding your companions, or I can take you to rest.
Please take us to the council. We need to regroup with our companions.
Rattle like shakes his or nods his head up and down really fast.
Okay.
He's missing Galvin.
Okay, so in the very center of civilization is a large square building made of rubble and mud, put together very skillfully. It has an open archway instead of a door. On the inside of the structure is it's just generally very plain. There's basic wooden chairs of uncured sticks and logs. There's tables made of wooden slabs. There's one single tapestry on the wall with a large hand-painted symbol of the clan. It looks very tattered and old. There's no rooms in the building, as it's just one large square. As you enter...
Doll.
She's so cute. He's not friendly looking.
I just want to give him both.
I don't know, but he's looking hot.
Yeah.
So done.
Oh, she's adorable.
Why'd you find the Liam Neeson of Tabaxi? I love it.
Right?
Neeson.
He's out here like, I don't know who you are, but I've acquired a certain set of skills.
Do you have a box? Because I have to sit in it now.
If I fits, those skills include if I fits, I sits.
If I fits, I sits. And will I eat this? Maybe. I will eat one bite of it. Continue, so.
All right, so as you enter, a table with two tabaxi stand and look at you both, relatively confused. A younger female, decked out in very nice robes, holding many books that appear to be aged, and a second, much, much older and very rough-looking tabaxi male stands. He's about the same height as Chains, he has the same fur color as Chains, and he has the same eye color as Chains.
Aw, they're from
Daddy?
the same litter.
His beard is grayed and worn. He looks at you, Chains, and he says, "This cannot be," and drops everything he is doing to walk closer to you.
I don't like puts his hand over his chest.
He looks at Rattle, and then he looks back. "Who are you? What are your names?" He looks intensely back at Chains as if he's examining your facial features.
Okay. He responds, "My name is Rattle in Chains," and he gives a short bow. And this is my companion, Rattle.
Your name is Rattle in Chains, and this is your companion, Rattle.
I was wondering
Is
if
that
you
what
were
I
to call
said?
him
You
on
did. You did.
Yeah, you said Rattle in Chains.
Rattle was flattered. He thought we were like a duo now. Like
No, we're traveling folk bands.
Try that again, Zach. Go for
Try
it.
it again.
Oh my gosh!
No, I feel better. That's
It played through my head the other way.
It's okay.
So
My
your
name is Buried in Chains, and this is my companion, Rattle.
and Rattle just opens his mouth and makes the sound.
The female begins to walk up closer. She's put the books down, and she now has her hands in front of her mouth with tears in her eyes.
Chains
The
is
old-
still very confused.
The older tabaxi puts his hands on Chain's shoulders, and he says, "It is you, my Emerald Storm."
It clicks.
And that brings us to the other group.
No,
Whoa.
keep going.
Emerald Storm, you can't just leave us on a cliffhanger like that. What does it mean? But what does it mean?
Galvin, Kuros, and Rav yield our entire turn to return back to the. We're just like, no. And then
You're
going
not.
back to the.
Nope.
I need to stay for this episode of Maury.
You're traveling very politely.
Yeah, I need my stories.
You're traveling politely, slowly by the turtle's side. You spend 7 hours traveling, nothing really happening except the sun passing over.
I sing some little tunes from
I wanna
some little
kinda,
folk
like, slide up
songs on the
alongside
walk, and that's
while he's
all
singing.
we do is listen to Kuro sing folk songs. Back to you.
I wanna slide up to Galvin and be like, you know, I like you, right? Not weird, but
Not
like you.
weird.
You mean like? No, I'm kidding. But,
no, fuck off.
Galvin says it does not appear that way sometimes.
You know.
Kuro's gonna come up on the other side of Galvin. It's like, Galvin, we just give you a hard time. But that's what friends do, right? We tease each other from time to time, but you know I got your back.
Yeah.
You must forgive
Us
me.
water people are weird.
This
Water tribe.
concept of friendship is new to me.
Weird.
I do not know how to interpret it most times, but I
Have
appreciate
you mostly
the
just
sentiment.
interacted with people that are lower rank than you, kind of beneath you?
Beneath me is not how I view it, but
Well,
that's
you
how I
know,
come off.
lower.
You don't have any peers, I guess is what I'm saying. You don't really have anyone that's on your level.
You guys bicker a lot.
We are having a heartfelt
We are having a
moment.
conversation.
Shut up!
Keep driving.
I've got to New Zealand
Keep
before. We like
driving.
to have a good time.
Yeah.
The turtle's
So-
like, I will take you back to the shore.
I swear to God, I will turn this cart around.
I will turn
It'll
this,
take 4 hours to turn around, but I'll do it.
I'll do it. I will turn this giant shell on wheels that we're riding along together around.
We're riding a rock. They ride these babies for.
Okay.
They used to ride these
Alright.
babies for
When
miles.
SpongeBob gets involved, I have to underail it. So let's.
Please.
All right. So during your time walking,
Re-rail.
bickering,
We're having a
Um,
heartfelt moment.
Yeah.
the turtle spent a lot of his time humming, kind of ignoring you guys, but not in like a singing verse, more like an old man focusing kind of humming.
Like
Okay.
a.
I tune this
Yes,
out.
exactly.
It's like the equivalent of turning down his hearing aid. Just like,
Yes.
I'm tired of this.
He made a few more comments throughout the trip, like, I sense more unnaturals.
Or we are
in-
missing like 2 of our companions. They might be
Yeah.
somewhere here too.
Unnaturals in civilization.
You sense them? What do you mean you sense them? Can you
Yeah.
How many?
can you feel it, Mr. Krantz?
No. Turning back, baby. I asked the turtle.
Re-rail.
Re-rail.
And he says, I scry. I am the civilization scryer. And he continues and he says, naturals in Again. Poor unnaturals.
4. How many unnaturals do you sense?
4.
4. Does that include us?
No.
Damn.
So four.
Well, that's either too many or not enough if it's counting our group.
Yeah.
What is the natural race here?
It's muddled.
Muddled. I've never heard of the muddled.
I kind of like just jab Curl.
Oh.
Jab Galvin, like
Oh,
stop.
Okay. I apologize. That's a joke Rohan would make. Bless his soul.
I must report the unnaturals in Again to Flame of Spirit for guidance on safety of unnaturals.
Arfazel, thank you for the sub.
Arfazel,
In
thank
character
you.
for a moment.
Get them.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Emotes in there. You know what I'm saying?
Get those emotes.
Anyone who subs, don't
Gotta
forget
spam.
to join our Discord. All the emotes, we have so many more emotes
Yeah.
in our
We got
Discord.
40 more. Well,
It's
we got
hopping in
35
there.
right now. 5 in pending, but we got 40 more ready for our subs in our Discord. So
40.
40.
40.
12 of them are Galvin's entire name.
What up?
And it's amazing.
Yes, thank you so much for the sub. We appreciate you. Now let's talk about again.
Again.
Yes, whomst is that?
Oops.
Again is unnatural. Civilization shut out for safety of natural.
Kind of look at
Again is dangerous. No one traverses the river to cross again.
I see.
Again?
I see.
Is Again the river, or is it the land beyond the river? Or is it a person? I'm not really sure what Again is.
Again is where the centaur magic is.
Centaur magic.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You
I
are
don't either.
lucky to not be familiar.
Are they like a problem
I am.
for you?
They are an unnatural.
Well, I assume that, sir.
I
but-
say that, sir.
But
You can put
Again
your
and
foot
again and
down.
again, yes.
are they just a general nuisance to your people? Like what's up?
Civilization had shut them out. And
Well, that
they
sounds like it's a good thing.
retaliate.
So they're bad people.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get behind that.
Hmm.
All right. Not the bad part. Just
Interesting. Had the word of Merkel reached anywhere across these lands?
There is no Merkel here.
That's good.
Just this.
How bad
What
could
about
these people
Lathander?
possibly
And I
be?
kind of am like elbowing Galvin.
You're elbowing me?
Yeah, I'm like, what about Lathander? And I'm just like,
I'm here, therefore the word of Lathander is always here.
Oh, God. Just kidding.
The word of Lathander reaches all corners and crevices of this beautiful land.
You will have trouble here. So,
I'm
you
sure I
guys,
won't.
after about a day and a half,
I'm
sorry,
sure that's nothing.
not a day and a half, half a
7
day.
hours.
7 hours of traveling, I said that. The group, you guys pass the boundaries of the trees. You're greeted by the walls of civilization and the turtle.
And the haughty turtle.
On the
hit
outside
on
of the
him.
walls is the intimidating looking turtle, suited up. He faces you as you walk up, and he says to Yizu, he says, "More unnaturals. Seems like centaur magic."
I'm just enamored.
I kind of pummeled like, you had the naturals come here earlier, right? Was it a cat and a bird?
There's unnaturals here, safe.
Was it a cat and a bird?
I don't know what a
Darn,
cat
I
and a
don't-
bird are.
A tabaxi and a kinku.
That is correct.
I think that I'm like turning back to my friends. I think I think Rattle and Chains are here.
Oh. As I peel myself away from this
Thank you.
giant
And I just
turtle.
sit down.
I know people like this have a hard exterior, and I knock on his shell. But underneath,
he just side eyes.
Galvin,
Like his eye
no!
just completely moves to the side.
Galvin!
Like
It's
like a
really
slow look.
no movement of the face. Just
I
Yeah.
apologize.
Exactly.
I apologize for my friend here.
mid dad joke, I stop knocking and I say, Where are these Kenku and Tabaxi?"
He moves to the side so you guys can enter.
I
And
give
then-
him one of my flasks.
He just side eyes it. He does not take it.
Oh, but I'm just gonna chug it while we walk.
So as you guys walk into civilization, it's very small, simple 4 walls. It's not huge like Eulatorf. You see the many different types of homes and tents, and you catch a glimpse of Rattle behind walking into the center building.
Rattle! I just am like, I know that one! Rattle,
And
it's me!
he doesn't hear.
It's a rattle.
Damn.
Rattle.
So the turtle turns to you and says, "There is food, water, resting. Make home." And he bows his head and he begins walking off in the other direction with his little 10-second legs.
Bye, buddy.
Interesting. I'm gonna
Thank you
walk
for the
towards-
ride. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was nice of
You're
you.
a good man.
I pretty
Mhm.
much bolt towards Rattle,
Okay.
I'm good.
like
I'll
in
follow.
a my boy reference. Like
So
type of-
as you guys walk in to that area, is everyone going?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, cool. So as you guys walk in, you see an older Tabaxi with his hands on Chains' shoulders and a younger-looking Tabaxi with tears in her eyes looking at him. The Tabaxi says, "My Emerald Storm," as the group walks up.
Oh,
Tears in his eyes. He doesn't even notice you guys. He blinks and looks at Rattle. Back to Chains. "Is this your squire?" Rattle's face.
And Galvin has a look on his face that says, "You better not."
I don't
like
even
just-
notice you.
I
So,
I grab Galvin's
first of all-
shoulder and
That's
pull
fair.
him back, and I whisper, "They're having a moment."
So
Rattle's foot starts like tapping really fast on the ground.
so Chains still like it clicked.
Mhm.
He stammers, "Father, mother, I was told you were dead.
We've been here the whole time.
They told me they had killed you when they took me away."
They'll tell you anything, son.
Rattle's just looking at all three, like mouth open, like
And this is not your mother. This is your sister. And she comes up and she's like,
awkward.
Oh,
I know you don't recognize me, but and she just starts like bawling and she like gets down onto Rattle's eye view and she goes, "All these years we knew that he would come back."
And Rattle like looks at her and says, "Back."
Sorry. So
so he looks at her. He says, "Oh no, it is my fault. You just look so much like her from what I remember."
she does look like her. And he puts his hands, he goes, I knew it. He puts his hand on his forehead forward. And he says, "Any Tabaxi born on the night of an Emerald Storm would make their safe return. And look at you." And he backs up and he has his arms out and he's just like, "My son."
Chains goes in for a super hug.
Super hug.
You can just hear Rav in the background going, "Oh!"
Rattle hears that and turns and sees all three of them and just like arms open, like runs at you guys.
So the younger Tabaxi, like she sees you open your arms and she goes, "You brought my brother back." And she hugs you.
he quickly returns the hug and he's like, all right. And then like starts waddle running over and just like grabs Galvin around the waist.
Oh, hey there. Good to see you
Making
too,
like
bud.
little like bird noises like
It's okay.
Sounds
It's
intensifying.
okay. Who are these people? I whisper to Rattle.
and Rattle like backs up and he's like,
Oh.
he's Chains.
Kuros is gonna come in like towards the end of the hug, like when they part. It's like, "Chains, I'm glad you're all right."
Say that again.
I come in like as you guys are like separating from the hug, and just, "Chains, I'm glad you're all right. Who are these people you've very
He
intimate
turns
with?"
with a tear in one of his eyes, rolls down his furry little cheek, and he looks at you and says, "This is my father and my sister."
Oh,
And Flame of Spirit, he looks at you guys. He looks at the group as you walk in and start talking. He says, "Oh, more unnaturals." He straightens up and he wipes away his tears. "I presume they are your new clan. Tell me the clan name so we can offer our partnership and your safety."
I'm kind of standing over here having an emotional moment myself because I don't know my dad. This has really hit me in the heart, and I'm crying. I look extra moist in the face.
well, I'm not sure about a clan name, but we've been sticking together with Chains here, and I pat him on the back. I said, keep him out of trouble. He's a good man. He's saved my life a number of times."
Chains.
Yes,
What
he
are
has
these?
mine.
What are these words? What are chains?
Say again.
What are these words? What is chains?
Oh, my name after I was taken was changed to Buried in Chains. You remember how small I was.
Sister
Look at me
starts
now,
crying.
Rattle just is like gesturing at him and he's like, but big now.
Very big now.
So he goes down the line. This is Rattle, as I mentioned before. He came with me. This is Galvin, son of Rohan.
And Hand of Lathander.
Hand of Lathander.
I like mouth it in the background like that's right.
It's like, yeah.
Yes.
He bows.
And then we have the one bawling in the corner. Is
I'm fine! I'm fine!
He bows. He bows. He lets out another tear because he
It's nice to
feels
meet
that.
you. Chains, I'm really glad that you found your family. If you'd like to have some time, like we could meet you somewhere else. We'll leave it to you. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna Galvin and Rattle and turn Rav around. It's like we'll meet you at an inn. You enjoy your family. And we're gonna just deuce out.
I never knew my father.
So he stops you as you leave, and he says, "I will have I'm at a loss for words. I'm just." He starts crying again, and he's like, "I'm sorry. I know, as a leader, this isn't strong." And he sits up. This is just.
You found your son after many years of thinking he was gone.
11.
That's not something that's easy to deal with.
11.
You may be a leader,
years.
but you're still just a man. You need some time with your son. We can take care of some stuff later.
Rose just over here pep talking everybody.
I know.
Looks like Brian F09 did a healing potion for Rattle.
All right, Rattle, you have 1 healing potion in your inventory.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's
Yay!
Boom.
awesome. It's one of our
Appreciate it.
channel
That'll come
points.
I am a fragile boy.
I'm a fragile boy.
One of the benefits of donating bits.
So he says, I will have a few of the tribes set up sleep spaces for you as the father is setting in the sky. We must meet him in the morning before he rises. Do not leave the walls at night. The Echoing Rainforest clan has grown strong. Civilization is the Nueva Esperanza of safety for all naturals and unnaturals. I will have your sleep space set up promptly, and we will celebrate the return of my Emerald Storm in the morning.
Emerald Storm, was that his name you gave him at birth?
Why, yes. He was born on the night of the Emerald Storm.
I'll turn to Chains. Emerald Storm. It's a fine name.
Ah.
How about a compromise? Buried in Storm.
Emerald Chains.
Emerald Chains is
That's
dope
a good
too,
one.
though.
I say
Fancy
Way
Narwhal
better than Buried in
88
Storm.
redeemed one of our channel points.
That's me.
That's her. One of our channel points is to help Rattle speak. Since a Kenku has a small repertoire of things that they can say, you can utilize your watch time in channel points to help sentences or phrases that Rattle can say. So our good old friend Ashley has redeemed, I never knew my father.
I never knew my father.
So
now Rattle has the ability to say that.
I never knew my father.
We need to write this
looking
down.
at all the options and kind of figured throwing them out there for like the party would help explain.
Oh
it
yeah,
some
there's
more.
tons
Yeah.
of stuff you guys can get into this with now.
Yeah.
So
For sure, yeah, we've got channel points and guild stuff down below if you want to do bits or donations, and the channel points is strictly your watch time, so not financially stuff. So it's pretty good. So yeah, you can help us all around everywhere we go. All right. So Emerald Storm. Born on the night of the Emerald Storm. And he looks at you and he puts his hands back on your shoulders and he just kind of shakes you a little bit. He's like, this causes for a celebration. I hate to leave you now, but I need to go prepare.
I
And
understand.
he just starts like giggling and kind of like doofy,
Oh.
like a big strong guy starts laughing, and it's just kind of silly.
Dad.
Yeah, he's like
Between me crying in the corner, I'm like, I wish he was my dad. And I was like,
Rav, you don't know who your father is.
No!
I'm real sorry to hear that.
It's awful! My
I'm gonna
mom
give-
raised me alone!
I'm gonna give Rav a big hug. It's all right.
I
also
that.
give her a hug, and I wrap
Oh
my
my
wings
God.
around them.
Oh,
I
that's warm.
understand how strong.
Rattle wants to turn to Chains' sister and like hold his arms out for a hug.
Chains is like standing there hugless.
we in this now.
She's like a lot taller than you, so she like hugs you and you go into her stomach.
And she
So you're
kicks
like
you
covered in
instantly,
fur.
'cause she doesn't like her stomach being pet.
So
I'm gonna turn to Chains. Chains, would you prefer to go by Emerald's? Would you prefer? What name would you prefer us call you now that we know that your birth name is?
Don't know.
Let him think on it, Kuros. He just discovered this information. Kuro, Chains, please take your time.
Or don't. We're not gonna
There's
judge
no
you.
deadline on this, really.
No, not at all. And
So,
you can always change your mind. I don't mind
There's
calling
no
it what
legal
you prefer.
process for this.
Aye.
We're just gonna be fighting with you guys in the middle of like a fight scene. You're like, Chains. I'll be like, no, it's Emerald Storm now. And you're gonna be like, Emerald Storm. No, it's Chains now.
Chains. We're like, I don't hear it.
I decided to change my name mid-combat. Twice.
It sounded real cool in my head.
The last,
Chains again.
It was a
The last
one-liner
hammer
from
to-
one name.
the last hammer
My
to my head
tie.
made me forget.
Might I provide a suggestion? It could be Emerald Chains or Storm Chains. Anyway,
We're
so
buried in storm.
we're buried in storms.
Buried
That's
in
pretty
emeralds.
cool.
Buried in emeralds.
There's a bunch of cool
Emeralds.
combos.
That's Rattle's dream.
All right, so Spirit of Flame, he leaves the room walking past the group and says he's going to prep for a party. And then the smaller girl, Tabaxi, in the room, she's hugging Rattle, and she's like, she says, I can show you around. She looks at Chains. You look exactly like I imagined, brother. And she just kind of like stares at you awkwardly for a minute. And then she bows to you. She says, should I take you around?
Yes, I would very much like this. May my friends join us.
Of course. Your clan is our clan. So as you step outside...
Might I ask, what is all
Yes.
this about clans? I mean, we're not a clan.
We're just a group of people.
Yeah, we've got a mission to accomplish, but I don't know if we've ever been called a clan before.
These are much simpler areas. These people refer to things such as friendship and closeness as being in a clan.
Ah,
Oh, that
I
makes
kind of
sense.
like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, we'll have to think
Galvin.
of a clan name then, I guess.
Yeah, Galvin,
Awesome
we're in a
thought.
clan. How do you feel about that? Would you like to be called a clan?
I'm already part of one, but if we need one to be identified, I don't see an issue.
This is our thing.
Yeah, it kind of gives us a home.
I need
family.
something. I need something right now.
Well, have
so
you put any
please
thought
agree.
into it? It must
No,
mean
we're still in the
something
planning
special.
stages here. This isn't the final thing
Yeah,
yet.
we're
It needs
talking
to
about
be
it.
strong and show our commitment and conviction towards finding the doppelganger.
You can think on it while we walk.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emerald
Aye.
Chain buried in storms. Thank you.
Emerald Storm's buried in chains.
It's
Wow,
perfect.
that's actually his real names. I was fucking around.
AKA Kitty Cat. Now,
So yeah, we want to go on her tour.
Yeah.
So as you guys group up in your clan, you step outside to follow along with Brave Wonder. Rattle
That's
takes...
her name, Brave Wonder.
Yes. Rattle takes a small look at the baby dragon, notices that it seems to be glitching in and out of existence. Like it becomes transparent and then it's back again, and it becomes transparent and it's back again, over and over.
Would I have any inklings as to what's going on?
Roll for Arcana.
If anything happens to this baby dragon, I'm gonna kill everyone and then myself.
17.
oh my God.
I've only had
So-
it for 15 minutes.
You're recognizing this as like a reaction that it's having to being outside of its natural plane.
Mm.
But it's still fine. It looks at you and it snarls because you're staring.
Rattle snarls back the exact same way.
I have no lips.
He just
He
opens
makes
his
the
mouth
snarl
and the,
noise.
and the snarl sound comes out.
I pat Rattle on the back like, good boy.
Jen, what was the father and sister's names again?
Father is Flame of Spirit. Sister is Brave Wonder.
Cool.
I like
names.
their names.
Me too.
Thank you. I like their names too.
But yeah, Rattle basically just keeps that to himself. He doesn't
Okay.
see any need to be concerned.
Okay. So, it looks at you with snarls. As she shows you around the small encampment, there really isn't much to see. It's made primarily of living spaces and a small amount of various tents with goods and supplies as you walk by. You see a small tent with different clothes, cloths, leathers, and silks, and you see a small tent with various fruits, another tent with short swords and daggers. And as you're walking around, you see a few tabaxi, the ones that were leading Rattle and Chains to civilization, setting up cots and covering the area with jungle tree leaves, kind of like an outdoor hut. You pass a larger garden area next to a very small section of walled off buildings and homes, kind of made of stone and clay. They seem to be like the nicer area, if you can imagine a nice area in a jungle.
It's trimmed.
Brave Wonder stops in front of the pathway to the walled off buildings. She says, and it's been about an hour of you guys walking around and chatting. She says, if you can think of something you need, please tell me. I will accommodate. But I must be going as well to check the reports from Yizu. I believe he's back since you're all here and we sent him for you.
Raise my hand.
Yes.
I have a question. What? Can you explain the again?
The again. Oh, that is where the centaurs live.
Okay.
They
What do they look like he said. Yizu said they were across the river and they had been kicked out of civilization and they're angry.
that's about right.
Okay.
Did
Do they hassle you guys?
They did until they were banished from the area, and now they're just angry from afar. They have
Banished by whom?
Sunsure. So, yeah, we're unsure. There is magics in the area. It's just determined to be centaur magics because they're the only ones who can do it.
That's a fair point.
All right.
Okay.
Anybody else got any questions?
Well, this is just Joe asking for clarification here. So we're saying the again possess centaur magic and they were banished?
Yeah, and banished
are
doesn't
centaurs,
necessarily mean the spell banished.
No, I just
Like
mean
exiled.
they were banished.
Yeah, they're like
to the other side
exiled
of the
to
river.
the again,
And
What
they
was
are
that?
centaurs.
and they are centaurs.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So again is a location.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So, yes.
Rattle wants to kind of like look at Galvin and like tug on his robe. And he wants to say kind of in Galvin's voice, he's like, we should get back to Eulatorf and report our findings.
I'd have to agree. I say in Rattle's now voice.
Rattle, you're
You're not
sounding very
interested.
heroic and leader-like.
Yeah.
Are we not interested in finding out if there is a connection between this centaur magic
Chains,
and
if
the
we,
magic of the cult?
for you joining our cause, the very least we could do is join yours. If
Yeah.
you wish to find out what is terrorizing this area, we'd count us in.
I'm really interested in that because I don't want people being hurt.
I'm in the same boat as Rav on this one. I don't like the, especially as their magic seems to be some sort of spatial temporal something.
Weirdness.
It
Vertigo.
might be connected. It might be connected. Maybe.
Perhaps they're connected.
See, Rattle gets it.
Chains,
good man.
Rattle gets it.
you've shown nothing but bravery, and we shall do no less in front of you. Please.
I appreciate this, Galvin.
Brave Wonder, she kind of just looks and she goes, what a clan.
What a clan. What are their names?
Rattle
And
goes
we're
in
like,
for the hug again.
I give her a
She
flask.
gives you a hug. She kind of takes the flask, but she like smells it and goes and like gives it back.
Not smelling something awful.
Yeah.
I'm
She
only
just-
17.
She just holds her mouth open a little bit, like cats that smell
Yeah,
something
yeah,
gross. So yeah, she's like holding her mouth open, gives you back the
I'll
flask.
take
She's
that
hugging
back.
Rattle.
No one wants my alcohol. Cool. All for me.
It smells like poison.
Yeah, it is. As I
She says,
drink it.
I should have information on where they are tomorrow if Yizu has the information. So he is our scryer. So if you're looking for something specific, let him know that I sent you.
Will do.
All right.
thank you.
All right. So she takes her leave. And then your father comes back around from one of the buildings, and he has a big doofy smile on his face, and he's like, "My Emerald Storm," as if he enjoys saying it. And he's like, and it's been like about an hour or so since then, since he saw you last, and he goes, "I'm glad to see you alive again."
It's been
3
20
times.
minutes.
As am I, you, father.
You okay, buddy?
So
Rattle again wants to go in for the hug.
he like
Was
has
it
his,
dad this time?
he like has his arm around Chains, and he just puts his hand on Rattle's shoulder, and he goes, "I believe that means it is time to have a celebration."
I'm about that.
I pull Rattle aside. You're hugging too much.
Rattle's eyes get big. He's really self-conscious and just puts his hands in his pockets.
Oh no!
I have to keep him in check. He doesn't know.
He has
Oh.
no
Next thing you know, he'll
social.
be hugging
Just found
centaurs.
hugging. Okay, he's really into it.
He's mimicking. I love it.
You guys go down for a long rest after you spend the night partying because Chains is alive. You guys took long rests. And
A long
Kuros trances for 4 hours. He wakes
Yes.
up before everyone else. Kuros wakes up and everyone's sleeping soundly around him. He sees under a candlelight one of the Tabaxi females sitting up reading a book.
Oh.
She's sitting up on the wall of civilization. And she notices you wake up, but she keeps reading. Everyone else around you seems to be quiet, except the occasional turtle and tabaxi making their rounds outside of the walls of civilization. As you look over at the girl on the wall, you notice she's reading your book that you got from your village.
Oh. What do you think of that?
Well, I can't read it, but
Would you like me
pictures
to-
are nice. Surprisingly, I've never seen this language. And she hops down, Spider-Man style. And she hands you back your book.
Oh, well, I mean, would you like me to teach you something from this?
I would
I can't
absolutely
teach you a
love
whole
you
language,
to
but-
read it to me. What language is this?
Well, this is Aquan. This is a common language used by people who live in the sea, under the sea.
And she says, well, interesting. But then she like flips some of the pages of your book for you, like while it's in your hands. And she goes, but what language is this? And there seems to be like a chapter of your book that is a different language than Aquan.
I don't know what language that is. I've read this book 1,000 times, and I don't remember this being in here.
Sounds like centaur magic to me. And she says, I'm Paige of a book. You can call me Paige.
Well, Paige, it's nice to meet you. I'm Kuros Tidehunter, and I'm glad you enjoyed my book.
Well, I enjoyed the pictures because I can't read it. So tell me about it.
Well, this it's actually a very special book to me. It was handwritten by a hero of mine. It's got all of his recordings of our traditions, of my people, folk stories, the songs that we would sing, the festivals we would hold. It's very special to me.
So, if you read it all the time and it's special to you, then how did you not see the words that you can't read?
Well, that's why it's very confusing to me.
She kind of like opens her sack, like a rucksack on her side, and she pulls out one of her own books, and it looks like a history of Lindos, and she hands it to you, and she's like, "Well, I've learned in some of my teachings, I guess, that there's a warlock who can read all languages in Lindos. You should take it to him."
You know where he is?
She kind of just like shakes the book in front of your hands. In Lindos.
All right.
But where?
Paige, I appreciate that.
Of course.
You know, you're the first one that I've really encountered who's taken an interest in my book and my people's history. And
well, my name is literally a book, so. And she's like, "Of course."
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, you kind of spend the next 4 hours talking to her, unless you had anything else you wanted to do.
Yeah, I'll spend the time kind of like reading her, folk tales and
Sing her the song of your people.
Which one? I have many.
No.
Waterfalls.
All of them.
He just starts gargling.
I teach her one that's her eyes they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulders, tied up in a black velvet band. That's a whole song. I'm not going to sing the whole song.
That was cute.
We all clap in our sleep.
Hey!
Rattle just kind of is like low-key humming it with his head up against the wall of civilization.
Rattle's going to wake up and be like, where did I learn this song and why can I sing it?
To be in my dreams. So over your conversation, you learn that the Tabaxi that are in civilization were brought to Nueva Esperanza for 40 generations ago. They were brought from a distant island named Treveria as slaves. But their people overcame, slaughtered the entirety of the slave owners, and made civilization.
Sumner, why are you smiling when she said they were slaves?
No, okay.
It's not because they're slaves.
Treveria.
No, it's because of Treveria.
Oh,
I've played
okay.
it before.
Yeah. Treveria is the world I was working on for several years. I'm not smiling at the concept of slavery. Let me make that very clear.
I was really concerned.
No,
It's not
I'm
slavery.
I'm flattered she
It's
mentioned
just
my word.
utilizing old games, stuff
Yeah.
that I've used, stuff that Sumner's
Okay.
fed. So anyway, yeah. So you
Sorry.
learned
Sorry, everyone. Yeah.
not because they're slaves. You're happy. So you learned that they overcame, they slaughtered the entirety of the slave owners and made civilization. Over time, other creatures moved in and created this weird natural versus unnatural divide in Nueva Esperanza, especially after the slaves returned from Treveria 11 years ago, stealing the young ones and leaving everyone to grieve. And then you also learn that Nueva Esperanza is New Hope in common, which is also Spanish for New Hope.
I figured. I thought it was just New Esperanza.
El Nino, Spanish for
the Nino. Throwback.
Done.
Thank you for getting it instantly, by the way.
Yep, got it.
All right, so that's what you've learned over your conversation. You continue to talk over the next 4 hours. She leaves to go run her bookshop tent, and that you also learned about. And the rest of the group wakes up to a buzzing noise coming from the sending stone in Galvin's pocket.
Your phone's ringing.
Let me see.
I
like
like
your rocks
books
ring.
that I cannot die.
And I assume it's the only sending stone I have, so
Yes.
I pick it up. Who's talking? Can I tell?
And you hear like a static, but it's like someone trying to speak, and it's like the cell reception is awful, so they just sound like a robot.
I start walking
It's
around.
like-
Can you hear me now?
And you just hear like, oh.
Maybe if I fly up, I get better reception. I fly up.
You fly up, and it's still like
I fly
like
back
just
down.
a lot of buzzing.
Well, this damn thing. I skip it across the river. No, I don't. That's the second joke I've made about getting rid of the sending stone on a whim. So I don't pick up any words at all.
No, you pick up hello,
Hello?
and then you pick up 20 days.
20 days. Okay, that's eerie.
Oh,
All right.
God.
And
I put
then,
it back in my pocket.
and it continues to break up until you can't hear anything anymore.
20 days. Well, that's eerie. I put it back in my pocket. And Kuros is probably the closest. No, he's still talking to the book girl. Rav is probably the closest to me. You're close pretty often.
Yeah.
An anonymous cheerer cheered. Thanks, thank you.
1,000 anonymous cheerer. Oh my
You're
gosh.
so
Thank
generous.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for the $10, dude. That is so
That
good.
is so nice of you.
So I believe actually that is something in our bits giveaway here. So $10, all players get inspiration. Inspiration is a 1 reroll and max
Oh,
5
nice.
per game. So
Mark
all right,
that
you
on
guys
my
get
sheet.
inspiration.
Marked it. Woo.
Nice.
Mark, thank you.
That's fantastic.
Of course, thank you so much, anonymous cheerer.
Yeah,
that is
thank
so
you.
cool. You're so awesome. And now our players have inspiration. I love
Yeah.
that. So
I
you wake
feel
up.
inspired.
I use my
Feel
inspiration
inspired.
to.
You wake up
Inspired.
feeling inspired.
I'm inspired that somebody actually cared about my book and my history.
Mhm. I'm
I'm just-
inspired because I'm like, I'm Galvin.
I'm
This is amazing.
I woke up like,
This is-
Inspired
So
depression.
Wake up every morning and piss excellent.
I
Rav
pizza
wakes up
shit
and her
like you for
flask is full of
breakfast.
alcohol. Inspired.
My sadness is gone.
For
So,
10 minutes.
all right. So it continues to break up until you can't hear anything anymore, and you gathered hello, and then 20 days.
That's right. And I tell Rav this. I say, did you hear anything from the sending stone? I only picked up 20 days.
I just heard a bunch of garbled hello and then
Oh my gosh, anonymous cheerer, 4,000 bits. Thank you so much for the $40, dude.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
gosh!
hell
What
yeah.
the heck? Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That is so great.
Oh my
gosh.
god.
I don't even know what to give you guys for that because that's not even on our cheer goals.
We're not ready for this. We can't handle it.
Four
too
more-
much.
4 more inspiration points each.
No.
Clearly,
Not at all.
that means
We just get free rerolls for the rest of the
free
game.
rerolls.
Anonymous
I am the
cheerer.
captain now.
Anonymous cheerer, if you would like to name an NPC, please do so. I highly encourage that. That'd be amazing. We can also name him Anonymous, which would be pretty cool.
And Joe will say anything
Authority
you say,
basis.
anything you want at all.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Period.
not.
Joe will say anything.
He will not.
Absolutely anything.
I've got no.
Carol
filter.
Baskin killed her husband.
Done. I'm leaving.
I'm gonna have to go back. See, the sad thing is my internet is so bad I can't actually watch chat while I'm doing this, so I have to go back and find out all the great things you guys gave me. So
No worries. We do watch it the next day. Thank you so much, dude. That's $50 total.
I cry.
We got
What a cool
inspiration and a future NPC name if you choose so to do so. Choose
You
so to do
should.
so.
I'm interested.
Can he
Large,
also like
huge.
pick art too? Can he send you art or something that he finds?
Yeah, totally. You can send me the character, the art piece, whatever you want. I'll throw it up there. Give you one of our hot NPCs. So, thank you so much. Awesome.
Your
Great.
best selfie. I don't know.
It could just be you.
Anonymous
$10 more.
I don't know.
Oh
what
my
to do
god,
anymore.
stop!
And hold all this inspiration.
Oh, thank
I'm
you so
feeling-
much.
I'm feeling so
Strikes
inspired.
again.
Strikes again.
When you least
So
expect
exotic.
it.
Anonymous cheer.
Buying
Thank you
the
so much
game
for
now.
the $60, dude. That is so nice.
And I think SpongeBob was derailing us at the beginning. Now
So we're gonna
Anonymous-
go ahead and do inspiration for the next game as well for
Okay.
anonymous
Okay.
cheerer because I just can't. So we've got inspiration this game and inspiration this next game. You can only use it once. So thank you so much. That's awesome. All right, we're getting into it. I'm focusing.
We're
All right.
focused. We're focused. As Anonymous cheer, you're welcome. However,
However, we're focusing. All right, so it continues to break up. You hear hello and 20. You ask Rav. She says she didn't hear anything.
I heard the. Oh, did I hear anything or did I just go?
You also heard
That's
hello
the
in
sound
20.
she makes when
if
she
you
wakes
did.
up.
strange. I don't know if that was legitimate, but I'm gonna accept it. So I
He's the DM now.
he's the GM now. I put it back in my pocket. Is Kuros still talking to Book Cat?
No, she left.
I was gonna say, I thought she left like kind of as everyone was started waking up.
Okay, so I go talk to Kuros
Correct me
as
if I'm
well.
wrong.
Because Kuros is pretty astute. I want to go talk to Kuros.
Okay.
Actually, no. I've talked to you a lot today. Where's Chains?
He like walks and turns.
I thought we were getting close and fine.
Kuros is like, oh, he's
he walks up
approaching
like-
me, and I take a hard 90-degree turn.
Like that llama that just.
You hold up a finger. Wait.
Hold on. Hold that thought, Kuros. I know you're busy meditating for your 4 hours a day. And I go,
Oh my
I go
God,
find
you
Chains
woke me
and
up for
Rattle.
this.
Kuros,
So what are you
I'm
talking to
giving
me
you a lot of
about? What are
grief
you yelling
today.
at?
To Chains, I'm going to tell you that I found, the sending stone was telling me 20 days, but I couldn't tell anything else out of context.
Oh. You remember Bill from accounting. It's his birthday.
Oh! Oh, well, we're too far. We can't send flowers here. We don't have reception. So you know nothing, clearly.
No, I know
so
nothing.
Chains has a sense of humor now.
That's the new NPC Bill from accounting. He's a turtle.
All right. So as
Rattle
you
wants to grab the sending stone and look at Galvin and be like, Yuladorf.
I'd agree. We have to get out of here. If we are to leave, we need to resolve this centaur matter quickly.
Yeah, we're not leaving the horse people to ruin everything.
They're called centaur. Be respectful.
What's a horse? Just kidding. All right. So as you guys are fumbling around with the
Is
sending
it like a
stone,
hippocampus, but with legs on the back?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you know that. That's good.
all right, as you're fumbling with
more
the sending
exotic.
stone, trying to get your bearings, you guys are approached by Flame of Spirit and the group of 5 tabaxi that escorted Rattle and Chains to civilization. So I am going to put them on the screen. There's a lot.
Rattle and chains. Rattle and chains.
Crime-fighting duo.
Oh.
What Lion Man? I am here for that.
All right.
Jen, can you do me a favor and
You
level
got all the
them out a little bit?
Thundercats.
Low. I'm working on it.
Oh.
Lion-O, Tigra, Panthara,
Oh,
There you go.
MC Hammer.
MC.
Oh, no.
MC. I didn't know he was a Thundercat.
Where is he? There he is.
Hammer time is on loose. Hammer
Oh,
time.
goodness. There's so many.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
you might have to make
working
them
on it.
smaller. Yeah.
Someone
I'm
spent
gonna
some
ma-
serious time on Pinterest.
I did.
Look, I share my love of Pinterest with.
Wow, there's a lot of tabaxi art up there. If anyone in the audience knows any good artists that have tabaxi, let us know, because we are in the market.
Clearly.
We're open for cat business.
Yeah, this is my first time playing a Tabaxi, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I've always wanted to
Zargo
play
is
tabaxi, to be
pleased.
honest.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, jeez, he's got a mouse.
No,
right,
that's
all
like
right,
a
all right.
sphinx.
No, he does have a mouse on his shoulder.
He's got a
There's
mouse.
a mouse
Oh,
on
he
his
literally
shoulder.
has a mouse. I want to.
All right, so you guys are approached by Flame of Spirit and the group of 5 tabaxi that escorted Rattle and Chains to civilization. Flame is smiling from ear to ear again. He says, "My allies, Clan Nameless, and my son, Emerald Storm." He seems to feel really good about saying that. Like, he's just saying it a lot.
My son.
My son, alive and well.
For now.
Hey, he kills you. Just kidding.
Blushing.
He says, "I have good news and quivering news. Good news is Yizu, our turtle scryer, has found the location of another group of unnaturals, an Aarakocra and a Goliath. The quivering news is that they are over the river in Again.
Through the
The
woods.
woods. I
All the
high-five Kuros.
tabaxi in the group literally quiver at the sound of Again. He continues, "We know that naturals are not allowed across the river, so we were hoping you could collect them and bring them to civilization and take one of the tribe to guide you in the right direction. We can provide you our highest appreciation token, a boat, once this task is completed."
Aye.
He bows, and the tribe behind him stands facing you all. You see a monk, ping them here. Hold on. You see a monk. Her name is Eager Tail. You see a rogue. Her name is Friend of Foe. Wait a minute.
It says two song.
I have the wrong one.
Oh, there's another one.
There was more.
Oh, no.
Her name is Friend of Foe. A fighter. His name is Call of a Bird. And 2 rangers. One named Two Song, and one named Ray of Sun.
Well, who's the one with the bow?
Rays of Sun.
Who's this one?
Branch of a river. Get out of here, Branch. Bye.
You were never part of this team to begin
You're not
with.
part of this team.
You don't even go here.
That's a fallen branch if I've ever seen one. No.
All right.
Rattle wants to look at Call of a Bird and just kind of like skeptically, like a little afraid.
They're appropriating your people.
As a bird, I feel greatly outnumbered.
As a water person, I feel like I have the advantage here.
But then
Yes.
he kind of like he wants to look at the group a little bit and then like raise his arm and point at Call of a Bird as his vote.
Oh, we're choosing one of these people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to know all of their credentials.
And stats.
Yeah, can we look at their resumes?
Yeah, you...
Were they point by or what's their...
Who rolled the highest?
They look that way, and you know that they're monk, fighter, ranger, rogue. By looking at them.
Any
I'm
spellcasters?
partial to monks.
I agree with Rattle on Call of a Bird.
I kind of agree. He's a fighter, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree with Rattle on that one. We need some class diversity here. I mean, I'm not sure what
Yeah.
the classes are, but we need the diversity.
I don't know what classes
Rattle
are,
like
but I
is-
know what diversity is.
He looks...
I know that we need it.
And he's like,
Yeah.
affirmative action.
Stop.
You didn't learn that yet.
That wasn't part of our channel points.
Well, that's Joe right there.
We'll
Yeah,
say
I guess,
everything that people donate bits for Rattle at the very end.
Oh, there we
especially
go.
if it doesn't fit.
Princess Sparklefish just gave Rattle the ability to say affirmative action. So
There we go. Thank you,
Now
Princess
it's canon.
Sparkles.
That's my girl right there.
I love it.
Oh, that's my girl.
That's my
Oh.
girl
no,
right
that's our girl. Collectively.
there. Talking about my girl.
I was going to say, we all start singing our, but we say our girl.
All right, so you guys chose
Two
Call
songs.
of a Bird.
Before
Bird.
like the choice is made, with Chains feeling super proud and amongst his people now, he walks up to Call of a Bird, and he says, "Well, friend, it looks like you will be joining us on this journey."
It would be an honor to kick Centaur ass.
We made the right choice.
I like your
I
Take
think we made the
ass.
right choice.
Pick
Yeah.
names.
I like this one.
Take
So
it.
Spirit of Flame stands up from his bow and he says, I have a gift for my Emerald Storm. For your safe
Wait.
return again.
Papa.
He pulls out a large glass bottle full of red liquid and he hands
Excuse
it to
me,
you.
I'm very interested in that.
You now have 1 greater healing potion.
Nice.
I'm less interested in that.
That seems to not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping.
Flame of Spirit looks to the rest of the group and he says, is there anything else I can provide you before you go?
Rab's like, do you have pure gasoline? 'Cause
I will drink it.
I will drink
Kuro,
it.
I'm gonna pull out the scimitar that we got from the cultist. Like, do you have anyone who could tell me what this might be able to do?
What is it?
The scimitar that we got from the cultists.
The gold.
Oh,
gold
right,
one.
the gold one.
Oh,
perfect.
I also have that dagger that I
You
don't
guys
know what
just
the
start
hell it
pulling
is.
out weapons.
well, we're glad you asked.
As he does that, I pull up that weird bone knife I found, and I'm like, yeah, what the hell is this?
You ever seen one of these?
So he looks at the golden scimitar and he says, unfortunately, I've never even seen that metal. And he looks at Rab's bone and he says, do not touch the tip.
Got it. I've heard
Do you
that a
care to
lot.
clarify
in
on
my life.
that?
It is doused in poison, you can see it.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
yeah, Rav, it's doused in poison. Why would you ask the man that?
That's quite a word to use. Douse?
Been running from cultists
It's
and playing
currently dripping.
Ressa.
Rav, you could say it's moist with poison.
Oh my god. I put this knife away and I
punch
think about
it.
stabbing Galvin with it, but I don't.
But I don't.
But I'm thinking about it.
He
real
says,
hard.
unfortunately, I don't know the name, but I do know that there's poison on it because you can see it.
Well, thank you.
Astute observation.
Thanks, Papa Chains.
Papa
Rob,
Chains.
his name is Flame of Spirit.
No, it's,
Come on.
it's his Papa.
It is Chains'
Alright.
Papa. Emerald's Papa.
Anything
Emerald Chains.
else from Flame of Spirit?
A goodbye hug from his son.
I just start crying.
Rattle.
Yeah,
says-
actually, Kuros is going to cry a little bit too. Just kind of like,
I will be back soon, father.
He says, my Emerald Storm. The next night that there is an Emerald Storm, we will actually have our Emerald Storm.
What is an emerald storm?
You'll have to wait and see. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Literally rains emeralds.
Oh shit.
Rattle's favorite.
The sky fills with an emerald aurora, and centaur magic is turned off.
Oh.
Flip that switch.
All right, so that brings us to the end of our game today. You guys leave by heading out with Call of a Bird.
He looks really gruff and I like him.
Say he
Yeah.
doesn't look like the type to ever betray us at all.
No, I
So-
really like it.
One
That's-
more time, I
that's
want to show our
catfish.
emotes. So if you'll go to the art page.
Oh,
How would you guys think of the game?
It was great.
Hated
It
it
was-
every
I loved it.
second.
The
Was it
dad
better
issues.
than doing the dungeon for the third game in a row?
Yes.
Also,
I'm so-
we got a emotional moment.
Yeah.
Guys,
I was saying
James
this
was
during our
reunited
break.
with his daddy.
Yeah,
I was saying this during the break,
Cool.
but I really appreciate how it was Chains' moment,
Yeah.
but it didn't. Like the other four of us weren't just sidelined while this
Right,
happened.
it
We
didn't
were
diminish
involved
your
in it
moments
and
either.
enhanced it,
Yeah.
but it was still Chains' moment.
Now I'm just gonna drink more because of this.
Adrenate says, as I said, y'all are my new crit roll. I love it. Thank you so much.
That's
That
a
is
big
such a good
Thank
compliment.
That
you.
is the
Right.
greatest compliment.
It's almost like a 62,000 viewer compliment.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Galvin!
Son of Rohan!
Son of Rohan,
hand
hand
of
of the thunder. Got two that time. We'll all get it. No, we got three that time. I saw Joe in there.
Yeah, I was working on it.